I know it was a close one.
Yes.
It was a close one, but I offered up my firstborn, and they left us alone. See,
That's how dinosaurs are.
that's right.
That's how they. That's what paleontologists have discovered that, and dinosaurs went by that very biblical firstborn sacrifice.
Yeah.
Then all is good. Let me open our little document.
Okay.
Here.
Do it. You do that. I'm gonna start recording.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Wait,
Is Seward? Is Seward here?
No, he's at Disney World.
Oh crap! He's still there, isn't he?
+3. Yeah.
He's still at Disney World. I did not realize that.
That's right.
Okay. Well, I guess we can still do the show.
Yeah, may as well. Right?
Why is this loading slowly?
I don't know.
Don't load slow.
Stop all the downloading.
I can't.
Oh.
There's just too many hit movies out that I need to torrent these days.
That is a problem.
You sound legitimately concerned.
Sorry.
Let's
So
see.
when I set up this Hangout, Google said that they had some kind of real-time feedback thing now,
Yeah?
and I don't see it on our
Oh, really?
on here in the dash. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe it's for the best.
Yeah, we don't. It's the video on it is like the focus groups thing from The Simpsons, where you see like the chart of positive and negative.
It's a lot of hit the red button or the green button kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, nice.
So I don't know if people are watching this, if they see a red or green button. I don't know.
Hit yellow, because we're out of a middle of the road.
Yeah.
Small, insignificant.
Well, that's what they say.
That is what they say. Hey, I'm gonna go get a soda beverage before we begin. Is that okay? Is that okay,
Yeah.
boss?
Go do it.
Getting a soda here, boss.
Wow.
Okay.
Do.
What's up?
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Welcome back.
Just pop the tab off this.
Pop the tab off your tab.
Yep. Off of my bootleg Coke Zero.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
What is it called there?
Well, it's the Safeway brand.
Safeway brand. Safeway
Yes.
Zero.
Well, Safeway's soda is its cola is Refresh, and this is Refresh 0-calorie cola.
Excellent.
To use its full title.
Okay.
I'll say this: Safeway makes a pretty decent generic soda.
Mm.
I don't know where they're getting it from, but it's not bad. Safeway does not do a good generic fruit pie. You know, like the Hostess fruit pies?
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Why would you go generic though? Why not just go Hostess?
because it's like half the cost.
Oh.
But I only
And
did
also
that
half
once.
the deliciousness, apparently.
Well, see, that's the thing. Because some of Safeway's generic stuff is quite good. The soda, for instance.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tried their generic fruit pie once and said, you know what? It's worth the extra $1 to get the
Okay.
you know.
Everybody recording?
I am not. Let me hijack. Mimi Momo. Record.
Testing.
Record.
Recording.
All right.
And I'm back.
Let's do a clap. Let's do one of them clap things.
Okay.
Because last week when TJ was on. We did a clap.
Yeah.
And it was 3 seconds after, like 3 seconds after I clapped, that they clapped. It was great.
Wow.
That's how you find out when you're lagging.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Excellent.
There we go.
That was good. That was a good clap.
That'll have to do.
Hello and welcome to episode 410 of the Player One podcast for Monday, September 15th, 2014. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, are two men who are not playing Destiny. So this is bound to be a really fun what you've been playing. Mr. Phil Theobald from California.
Well, I mean, isn't every podcast talking about Destiny right now?
That's true.
So
that's probably true. So we'll be counter-programming to that.
We don't feel the need to be knee-deep in that hoopla.
Please don't do this.
Don't do what?
Starship references. I can't. My heart cannot take it.
Come on.
Some will say
it's just another Sunday on this tired
old
podcast.
I don't care about that. Put your arms around me, baby. Don't ever look back. And all the way from the great state of Utah, Mr. Mike Phillips. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Mike.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Mike.
Hello. Hello.
You guys missed a great show last week with Mr. TJ Lowerman.
I just found it amusing that you said with me as always are Phil and Mike when we were like the two people who were not here last week.
It's one of those. It's at this point it's muscle memory, just like you said. You can reach us via the voicemails, the Twitters, the what haves yous.
Yeah, we don't have the voicemails. Yeah, you got to relearn those skills.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Can I bring something up here at the top of the show? So we took Charlotte to this Extreme Dinosaurs exhibit.
Charlotte being
Charlotte, my daughter.
Yes. Well, there might be a new listener.
She's almost 3. What?
Yeah. Guys, there might be a new listener who may not know your daughter's name.
Well, that's true. There you go.
You know.
So we brought my daughter Charlotte to this Extreme Dinosaurs thing, and it was a little bit weird because all the dinosaurs had feathers
herpes
or fur.
My bad.
On them. And they also had herpes.
Welcome to dinosaurs. Dinosaurs had feathers, bitch. Deal with it.
It's very weird after after basing all of your knowledge of dinosaurs on Jurassic Park.
Yeah, science.
Old school
science is constantly updating itself and correcting past mistakes. That's how science works, jerk. Get used to it.
Wow.
See these dinosaurs that have just like very feathery looking hair, kind of like pubes a little bit, just a little bit like pubes.
There was the Pubosaurus.
Pubosaurus. I made that joke yesterday, actually. My wife laughed.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Was it one of those kind of condescending, like ha 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 ha?
It may have been.
Then she
may have been an eye roll.
Took your child and walked off. Not necessarily telling you where she's going.
Yeah.
I've had.
But there's something about when you're watching an animatronic dinosaur and it's got hair that makes it look all the more like you're at Showbiz Pizza.
Is it like the
really explosion?
Is it the herky jerky kind of?
Yes. Yeah. It really dissolves the reality and the immersion of.
Were they singing "Surfing USA" and?
No, that sort of thing. They were singing "Walk the Dinosaur."
I don't know how that one goes. Why don't you sing a little bit for me?
It goes, "Open the door, get on the floor, everybody walk the dinosaur."
Doing that talk singing.
That's what I do. That's how I do it.
What I want to know what Mike is playing. Mike's playing a game or something.
Not playing a game, bro.
What are you doing?
You guys talk about shitty music. First we had Starship, now we got Boom Boom Shaka Laka Laka Boom.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So what do you got for us? You got something else that we should be talking about?
Who, me?
Nah. Let's go with crappy music. Crappy music is always good.
Let's go with that. Then.
Did you guys ever hear of
Charlotte likes the dinosaurs, by the way.
Oh yeah,
she was very upset when we had to leave, and she wanted to go back and see the dinosaurs.
It's weird, a 3-year-old kid enjoying dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Not a usual thing that happens.
No. Kids don't like dinosaurs at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids like dinosaurs.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Does Finn like dinosaurs?
Of course Finn likes dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Of course he does. He's an all-American lad.
Yeah?
Enjoys his dinosaurs.
Good. Yeah. It's good.
Yes, indeed.
You know what game journalists don't like?
Their readers?
Yeah.
Their readers.
That's tough.
Also, grammar.
Well, that's, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know if we should talk about this very much.
Concise reviews. Direct to the point reviews that don't go on for thousands of words.
This review's not long enough. I need to call in another editor to pitch in, too.
Oh, there you go. Well, it's not enough if I just say the game sucks. We have to bring in another editor to also say that the game sucks.
Some sort of bizarro editor that adds text.
Yeah.
Reams and reams.
So it was early last week that a few journalists, I think mainly from Polygon, decided wouldn't it be cool if we got together and combined our block lists.
Oh, yeah, that whole thing.
It's a good idea.
And also brag about the fact that you're doing it on Twitter.
Also a good idea.
Yeah.
Which is the most...
This is that transparency thing that they're so keen on.
Yeah, transparency, that they're being complete and utter...
Here are all the people who we just don't want to listen to.
Yeah, we're deciding we don't want to listen to these people anymore, so...
So when Mike says the top thing that they hate is the readers, it's pretty much what this proves, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, please don't use ad block when you read our site, because that's really rude.
Don't use ad block, but we will block you. We will block your thoughts.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Whoops.
Oh boy. I don't get it.
Well,
but you were on that block list there, Mike.
Sure was. I made it to 1,200. I was hoping to be top 1,000, but there's always next year.
Yeah.
I was not on there, and
I
have to say I felt a little kind of out of the loop. And
Frank Wally was on there.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Anyway, I think they eventually unblocked everybody, but God, just really annoying, just really depressing.
Well, it's
state of video game journalism.
It's it was just stupid for several different reasons, and it's weird, especially and Polygon kind of gets it more so than the other people because they were pitching themselves as the big revolutionary. We're totally changing the face of, and then you have stuff like this, which is just petty and stupid and kind of does a disservice to readers and even
rational people.
Well, that's just it. From what it sounds like, I mean, obviously there's going to be just some blatant trolls on that list.
Sure.
Like me.
Like you. Like Mike.
Of course. Yeah.
But it sounds like there was a bunch of people on that little block list that just maybe once gave some, feedback, like, constructive criticism kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hey, this article was good, but maybe you could have done this or approached it from this direction, and then it's, well, you know what, banned, blocked, that kind of crap. So I don't know, whatever.
Lame.
Whatever.
So on to happier things.
Yeah.
I'm sure you saw that Nintendo has a special NES-styled 3DS XL coming to GameStop.
I think it's just a sticker that you can put on your new one. It's like you have your existing one, and it's just it's a little like decal you put on.
Now that may be how they have manufactured these. It certainly does appear to be, but yeah, what do you think? You think?
I think that I am a chump for nostalgia, and I think you know that I am.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Especially NES-based nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
But the box, and I know I'm not the first person to say this, but the box is a way cooler design than the actual system.
I agree, because it's got the NES top like fake grill.
Yeah,
thing.
the box is decoed to look like the old NES system.
Which, if you look back at the GBA-SP, the NES-styled GBA-SP has the top little grill there.
Yep.
And,
they should have just followed that example.
More than a decal on the inside on that one. But
because the old GBA-SP has the little fake grill on the outside, and then you open it up, and it looks kind of like the controller on the inside. And this, all it is, it's just like kind of a plain white system with what looks like.
I think it is grayish, but it's
is it kind of a? Okay.
It's grayish.
But it just looks like someone went to Hot Topic, picked up a vinyl sticker with
stuck it on the top,
vector drawing of an NES controller, and just slapped it on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just lazy. And the inside is just that kind of grayish color.
Yeah, it does have red buttons.
It does have red buttons, which is neat, but it would have been neater if it looked like a control pad inside.
Yeah, and of course it would have been even better if the new 3DS had announced.
Yeah.
So the likelihood of me, even on nostalgia, like buying another 3DS is very low. Low chances.
I'm certainly not getting it.
Mike, I understand you're clamoring for this new 3DS.
No, not really. I know that takes you by surprise, but I'm not. I'm more about. Well, we'll get to it later, I hope.
What about what?
That new Apple Watch.
Oh,
that's what I want.
Did that
Apple
happen?
Watch.
Did that actually get announced?
I think that got announced.
I tuned into something on the web, but it was just a bunch of Chinese dialogue. I didn't really hear. Yeah.
Did you get your iPhone over, PJ?
Did you guys not watch that stream? Does that joke not
watch that? I get it.
So for like the first half hour, the web stream of the conference had Chinese language translation over top.
Oh, really?
If you were even able to get the thing to load. So, yeah. To answer your question, I've pre-ordered everything.
You getting the watch too?
No. I've not pre-ordered everything. I pre-ordered an iPhone 6. Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
The big boy?
Not the big boy, no.
No?
The 4.7, yeah. And I'll probably get the watch. I don't know. It's not out until next year. So
these new phones, I don't get the trend of making them larger and larger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't need another 4.7-inch thing in my pocket. You know, when I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Well, that was the joke. You didn't really.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but, the big phone is like as big as a Vita.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid big. Why do you want a bigger phone at this point?
I don't know. I don't, but there are plenty of people who do.
How long before they just say screw it and just slap a phone into an iPad and be done with it?
Well, I don't. I think that's basically happening now. Right?
Okay.
5.5-inch.
They're gonna have to switch to.
People like big Android phones, though, right? I mean, that's been the sort of trend.
Yeah, I guess
Mike,
so.
your HTC One is a 5-inch screen, right?
It's pretty big, yeah. I wouldn't want one any bigger than this, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. I did the whole cardboard cutout thing because they had like various websites offered like a PDF of how big the
Oh, yeah,
modes
yeah.
actually are. So yeah, I considered the big one, but then it was just no, not
Too
doing
big.
it.
Too big.
Too big. Too big
Yeah.
for me. And I have monster hands, so you would think it'd be preferable to have the larger one, but no.
That giant screen just made all of those Adult Swim iOS games just look too good.
Exactly.
You couldn't handle it.
Well, true.
Your brain couldn't comprehend the sheer beauty
That's right.
of what's your latest release? What's your latest iPhone release?
Well, let's see, Castle Doom Bad Free. We did
Oh, okay,
Castle Doom Bad Free
that's
display.
That's right.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, in the watch, I'll probably end up with one.
That's so weird.
Why? To me, this feels like a solution in search of a problem. I don't understand why these exist.
Yeah. Explain what possible need you would have for the watch.
Let's say I'm driving and my wife texts me something and I want to reply. Instead of having to pick up my phone and do anything there, I just dictate into the watch a reply. There you go. Done.
That's stretching it.
It's like Inspector Gadget, man. I've always wanted to have a watch thing that does the stuff. No. I don't know. I may not end up with one. We'll see. But
You will end up with one.
Yeah, I figure, yeah.
And
They're good.
like Mike said, you will convince yourself that you had needed it all along.
Probably so.
But
Probably right. That's
no.
fine, too.
No.
That's fine, too. Yeah. All right, have you heard that Microsoft is soon to announce, the rumors over the weekend now is that it's going down tomorrow, that they're buying Mojang for $2.5 billion. The makers of Minecraft, of course, Mojang.
Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait for Mojang to suddenly stop making Minecraft and be put solely on avatar duty. Yeah.
Connect sports.
All the avatars become just little block figures. That sounds great.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sure.
When will that be coming to the Apple Watch?
I'm assuming never, but Windows Phone Watch, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird move, right? Because Minecraft is already on everything.
Yeah.
So, what exactly are they buying then? They're buying Minecraft 2? Like, what are they gonna?
Are they just hoping
That's a great question.
Catch that lightning in a bottle twice? Are they just taking that chance?
That's what always happens. Is the follow-up is always an even bigger smash hit than the surprise runaway first hit. That always happens. You can count on that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Just look at Rare, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perfect.
Especially after a giant shake-up in the corporate structure and sort of being moved from a sort of a passionate indie developer to just another arm of a giant corporation.
Yeah, and it sounds like Notch himself would be stepping away then. So then, really, what's the point?
Okay, so the guy who actually made the game. They're not getting the guy who made the game. They're just getting.
Yeah, and I mean, Minecraft is huge. Make no mistake about that. Of course, it's big, but it's available for everything. So they're not really buying. Like, if they had made this deal 6 months ago, they could have kept it off of the PS4 and the Vita, but that has now already happened. So, are they gonna pull Minecraft from PS4 and Vita? 'Cause that'd be a dick move right there.
I don't think we have to worry about that.
No.
No, I don't.
All right.
No.
All right. Well, 15 years ago last week, the Dreamcast.
Sergeant Pepper taught the band to play. They've been going in and out of style, but they're guaranteed to raise a smile.
The Dreamcast hit American
Another Starship reference for you. Oh, yeah.
9/9/99. The biggest date in entertainment history.
Yep.
You saw the EDM cover, but there you have it.
Yes.
Dreamcast, 15 years old. Isn't that crazy?
What of it? What of it?
I got nothing.
What am I
Well,
supposed
we
to get
got
on
Favorite
nostalgic
Dreamcast
about?
game? Go.
We got no.
Mm.
See, if
no
Greg was
sewer.
here, we'd be spending a half an hour on this.
Dreamcast FAP.
Let's see. Favorite Dreamcast game. I had a lot of favorite Dreamcast games. Soul Calibur was my favorite launch one, though. Faux show.
What's Samba de Amigo?
Oh, was that a launch game?
No.
Snape?
Favorite launch game?
Yes. If it's not Soul Calibur, you're doing something wrong.
Thunder.
Really?
Never really got into Soul Calibur.
That's dumb. You're dumb.
I was not that person.
Oh, well.
No. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, anyway,
Like,
happy birthday, happy 15th birthday to Dreamcast.
Yeah.
There, and when Greg gets on the show, then we'll talk about it some more, I'm sure.
He can wax poetic about his Seaman.
Yeah.
You know he will.
Yeah.
You know it.
Natural Harvest the game.
You know what's a good Dreamcast game?
NFL
And the people
2K1.
don't really remember. Well, I'd say people probably remember that one.
Yeah, go on.
Techromancer from Capcom. It was a
Yeah, that was a
giant,
good game.
giant mech fighting game.
I don't remember that one at all.
It was quite good. It was 3D polygonal graphics, big robots.
Robots. Everybody loves robots.
Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
go on.
What was that Seaman crank call, Phil?
Oh, where I was calling GameStop,
Yeah. Yeah.
asking, do you have any Seaman? Actually, no. I just went full out and said, yeah. Did you guys get Seaman in?
Terrible.
The UPS guy showing
Yeah,
up
well,
drop a load of semen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when will the FedEx guy be dropping a load of semen on your counter?
Terrible.
When
Yeah.
when your semen arrives, will you hold it for me until I get there to pick it up?
Terrible.
That sort of thing. The clerk getting very frustrated. Sir, would you please stop saying it like that? What do you mean? It's the game, right? The fish with the human head. That's what it's called, right? Well, yes, but the way you're saying it makes it sound like something else. It's like,
It makes it sound like a bunch of sailors. And I'm not comfortable with that.
Yeah.
The FedEx guy dropping the load of semen on your counter.
That's pretty solid stuff.
It's
Well, no, it's more liquid stuff.
only if you let it sit there for a while.
Yeah, don't let it coagulate. For God's sake, don't let it coagulate.
It is too bad that we did not have recording devices
Yeah, I know.
to record some of those. That would have been great.
And for the
Would've
record,
been
I made that call from the Ziff Davis offices, so I got paid. I got paid to come up with that, as it
Right.
were. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Good work, Phil.
thank you. This is why none of the magazines I used to work for exist anymore.
Yeah. Well, print is dead. Long live the web.
Yeah, yeah. Well, gamers are dead, so
Well, yeah, gamers
Why?
are over.
why bother?
Yeah.
Why are we even wasting our time?
Good question.
Yeah, I know.
So, something else that's dead was Atari back in the day.
Oh boy.
Buried a bunch of ET cartridges in the desert, and
Yarp.
Microsoft funded a documentary to dig those up, and now the city of Alamogordo is going to be auctioning off some of those cartridges on eBay and giving others to various museums. So you may be able to own a piece of
That's so
history.
stupid. That's so stupid. First of all, it's not a piece of history. It's a piece of garbage.
That's right.
It's a piece of garbage that was thrown away for a reason, because it was. And I'm not even making a statement on the game's quality. I'm just saying it was overstock.
Yeah.
That
And
the
the
company-
market had crashed at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I mean-
these were items nobody wanted at the time.
companies destroy and throw away overstocked products all the time. Yeah, I mean, you could go to any landfill and find probably destroyed just about anything you want. But
Well, if city officials or around the country hear that, they're going to be
yeah, well,
digging through their garbage to find gold.
yeah,
Gold.
I'm sure some museum out there will be very excited to get that smashed Laserdisc player that someone dug up and found. But it's so dumb. It's so
really
dumb.
is.
I mean, I can't imagine how much people are going to pay for a broken ET cartridge.
Well, we're gonna find out, right?
But all I know is you can get a working one for like $3. So.
But that one doesn't have dirt and grime and other stuff all over it.
Yeah. And I want a list of what museums are accepting these, so I can never go to that museum. That is, it just seems like a poor exhibit.
It does.
Yes.
And that documentary, I guess, is coming out in November.
Down this corridor, we have the Treasures of Tutankhamun. Then if you take a right here, you will see our busted E.T. game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That nobody liked anyway.
The funny thing is, the biggest crowd would be around the goddamn ET game.
Of course.
Ooh, look at it.
That was buried under concrete, they say.
And the photo of Major Nelson in that hard hat would be there as part of the exhibit.
Maybe, just maybe, they will have a mannequin dressed in the very clothes that Major Nelson wore that fateful day.
Wow, that would be something.
Yeah. Now that's,
Did you say mannequin? Because Starship did that song,
Oh, you're killing me with Starship.
For the movie Mannequin, which is a great film. Anyway.
Was this the original Mannequin?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I don't count the second one as canon.
Oh, really? That's not in your personal canon? How about the Mannequin Extended Universe?
Well,
Which I
some of
believe
that's good.
It's still considered canon, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
Mannequin 2, what's the subtitle?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I don't know. What is it?
Mannequin 2, On the Move.
Oh,
They're
okay.
on the move.
Right. I guess
That's a
they
terrible
are.
subtitle.
It is.
It's not very memorable at all.
Well,
No, if it was Electric Boogaloo, then that would be no problem.
man, Electric Boogaloo
What about
is...
since it's a mannequin, what about instead of on the move, Mannequin 2, to parts unknown? Same thing, but then you're talking about parts from a mannequin, limbs. The poster could be a bunch of severed mannequin limbs. I'm just brainstorming here, guys. Work with me.
Well, that would be for the horror reboot.
Yeah, it seems like a darker direction for the Mannequin series.
That's what I
Yeah,
think
I
it
admit.
needs.
Really?
Yeah.
Should it
Stephen
still...
King's Mannequin 2, I think, is really what I'm looking for.
Parts unknown. Would there be as much focus on the character Hollywood?
Oh, well, the whole thing would revolve around Hollywood, obviously. Yeah.
Okay.
Naturally.
Yeah.
All right. Also in November, not only are we getting that E.T. documentary, but
Finally.
we're also getting Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PS4 and Xbox One on
Sweet.
November 18th.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might play that again.
You
Really?
might.
Maybe.
Did you
I
sell?
might.
Did you sell?
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I traded it in.
I never picked up GTA 5, in part because I barely played GTA 4.
It's worth barely playing GTA 5, even if you just want to get in there and goof around. I think it's worth tinkering with. It was actually pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I can dig it. Maybe I will. If I'm not too busy playing other things. Let's see what else we got. I think that's it. Oh wait, Destiny.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that. So,
is this game bad?
they hit 500 million in sales on the first day. It's the largest new launch of a game franchise. What's that?
I'm very confused in regards to the feedback this game is getting, because it seems so hyped, and it's obviously making a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
but I'm seeing people on Twitter, and it makes it sound like the game's not very good.
Well, and if you look at reviews,
You know what? I haven't even bothered looking at reviews because
reviews have been definitely mixed.
Oh yeah, I don't care enough to look at the reviews. But
yeah, here's my thing.
Also,
with
I
this
don't
game.
trust game journalists. I don't trust them because they're all on the take. You know.
Well, I think this game is one of those that you can't review in the way that most games journalists are accustomed to doing so, which is basically sitting in a room for 2 days, blowing through all the content.
Right.
Because, in part, the way that Bungie has structured things is the base game is a certain length, and then they are going to be adding things over time, like new events and multiplayer stuff, missions, etc. over time. So I think like the second or third day it was out, they revealed their calendar of events, basically. So they're gonna structure it in such a way where there's always something new going up or going on, some new piece of content, new pieces of loot, etc. And I know a lot of reviews have really glommed onto, and I think I did this as well, is calling it an MMO. Or more MMO-like in nature, and it sort of is, but it's hard to say that that's the only thing that you do in the game. I mean, it's a single player game. You can have people join your party and go on missions, but it's not an MMO in that you see like dozens of people around. Right.
Oh.
Occasionally there will be public events that trigger, and you can join those along with some other people. But it's not like everybody. It's not some like huge 50 to 70 person thing going on. So I don't know. It feels to me like a Halo game that includes some networked play that sort of turns on and off. In the single-player areas. So, I mean, it's like PSO. Like, if PSO had areas where occasionally you ran into other characters and they could join you, or you could fight a boss together, but you weren't tied to them, and yeah, that's what it feels like. It's not like a ever-existing world that you're in. Know what I'm saying? I'm not explaining.
Have you played beyond what was in the beta so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How? Okay. I mean, that's actually kind of been my concern with it, is people saying that there's not enough content.
Yes, that is like the major knock against it currently. But to me, somebody who's going to play this very casually and not try to run through everything in the first 2 days that it's out, I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna be able to get through all this content very quickly, I don't think. But we'll see. I'm level 10 right now, and the cap starts at I believe level 20, and then you have to gain loot, I guess, to start leveling up. And then there's a harder cap at 30. So.
Yeah, I guess that's. I mean, after I played the beta, I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy this. And then when it came out, I thought to myself, I might have played enough of this game actually when I played the beta, because I can't remember how long it took to get to the level cap in the beta, but I probably put
not long.
4 or 5 hours, I think, maybe something like that. And I don't know if I want to play 10 hours of it at this point.
Well, you
I
also
probably
have
will
to
at
go
some
through
point.
the same stuff. I mean, the progression, the beta was basically the first part of the game.
Yeah.
So you have to go through all that stuff again. And if you were like me, who played the alpha and the beta, you're going through it a third time. Before you get to any of the new content. But I'm having a lot of fun with it, mainly because I can just drop in, do a couple of missions. Everything's very quick. Nothing takes hours to do. even like strikes and story missions are usually about a half hour long. So it's very easy to just jump in, have some fun, and jump out. I like that, personally. And there are patrol missions that are, they drop you in the open environment and you just kind of wander around accepting small missions, which are usually just collect this thing from dead enemies. Or, kill a certain type of enemy way across the map. So, to me, it's fine. I like it. I'm having fun with it.
Are you just playing with randoms mostly?
What I would do is I would just I would start a game, and I had some podcast listeners join me,
Gotcha.
or I would join their strike team, and that worked out pretty well. Playing it by yourself is not all that great, but playing it with a group of 2 other people, because normal co-op play in this is limited to three-player teams. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. I like Halo. I like the combat in Halo and the control in Halo, and this is pretty much that. So I have no problem with that. Yeah.
Okay.
I may still pick it up. I'll probably wait for a price drop, because I think by then I'll be like, okay, I'm ready to play this now.
Yeah. I mean, I think you look at the reviews that have come out for it, and a lot of people complaining about lack of content. I think Bungie is trying to play a long game with this.
Yeah.
And get people to stick with it for months and provide them with something to do every day or every week that's not the same old stuff. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to do that because so many other companies are trying to do that. Ubisoft with The Crew and Assassin's Creed Unity. A lot of companies are trying to do the sort of single player that's also online but not really stuff. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. I still think it's not something that you can even review this early, because not all the content is there, and that's not how this game was built, right? So, anyway.
I see.
Yeah. Looks like we've been, Phil, you and I have both been playing the Smash Brothers 3DS demo
Yes.
that Nintendo has offered to Platinum status folk.
Yes, except me.
You didn't get one?
Yeah, you know what? I never got an email with codes.
Oh.
And I have no idea.
I thought for sure you would have.
Why?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got somebody else gave you a code then.
A generous fellow on the Twitters who goes by the hacker alias Bones00 was nice enough to pass a code my way. I don't know what happened, because I obviously got the platinum status and I am opted in to get emails from them. So whatevs.
Yep.
But I did get it, and I played a little bit of it.
What do you think?
I think it's Smash Brothers.
Yeah. I had to relearn
it on a handheld.
Controls.
Yeah.
I didn't remember how to control the Smash Brothers game.
I hope you can kind of tinker with the button layout a bit.
Yeah, me too. That'd be nice.
Because it's.
Why are they doing the limited demo thing like this? Why don't they just make it a demo that everybody can get?
Well, they are doing that. It comes out this week for everybody.
Okay.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah, I think that the main reason they were doing it is
better already.
Try to gain some hype and get people talking about it before the actual.
Yeah.
So they got me talking about it. They got me saying, "Why don't they just let everybody play this?" That's how I'm talking about it.
And there you go.
Man, listen to that buzz.
Yep.
Listen to that positive buzz. Why don't you just let people play this?
Positive spin on that.
Man, social media just went wild.
Yep.
And Mega Man's playable in the demo, right? Did I see that? Right.
Yeah, it's Mario, Mega Man,
Link.
the Villager, and Link.
Right.
Yeah, it is Link, right? Link's the fourth one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mario, Link,
Right.
Animal Crossing, Villager, and Mega Man.
Yeah.
So, I played as Mega Man.
That is a
I
shocker.
expected that you would.
Strangely
That is a
enough.
shocker.
Yeah.
A true shocker indeed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it's pretty fun, though. You know? A lot of his
Yeah.
attacks are cute little references to the old Mega Man games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you bust out the Leaf Shield or a Metal Blade every now and again.
Don't make me bust out a leaf shield on yo ass is one of the sound bites that they say in the game, which is pretty cool.
They're using the Mega Man 8 dub cast as well, right?
Mega Man, Dr. Wily is trying to... We have to stop him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing about the Apple Watch.
Yeah.
We're getting back to that.
Why
yeah.
is it so goddamned ugly?
Wait,
Is there
you know
a reason
what?
for that? It looks like a
What are you talking
Casio
about?
calculator watch.
No,
It is ugly.
You know, I have to say, because I did not watch any of the Apple press thing at all, so I was not privy to the look of the Apple Watch until after, and I go over to Apple's website and look at it, and my first thought was, wow, this thing is really ugly.
Yeah.
You know, if anything,
yeah.
if anything, I would have expected Apple to at least make a nice looking watch, but
Right.
but
Not so
no,
much.
it's an ugly watch.
I sincerely hope someone does a Casio calculator watch skin for that thing, because it will be perfect.
Or just make the app, make the Casio calculator app.
Yeah, that would work.
It'll fit right in.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like it. Yeah.
I was very pleased. I whipped up a little crappy Photoshop of the iPhone watch being like one of the old chrono form watches that turns into a little robot. So,
Oh,
remember
those are
those?
awesome.
remember
Yeah,
those
yeah.
from the 80s? Little watch, you'd pop off the band and
Yeah.
you could turn them into a little robot. Yeah, I go on my Twitter. You can see the iPhone.
I think I did see that. I did see
the
that.
Apple
yeah.
Watch, turned into a
I was
robot.
very impressed. Yes.
Which that you want to make me buy your Apple Watch?
Just make it a transformer.
Have it turn into a
Done.
little robot.
All right, sorry, Smash Brothers or whatever.
Anyway, yeah, Smash Brothers demo.
It's good.
It's Smash Brothers. There you go.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not like so deep into Smash Brothers where I can talk about like the intricate mechanics of it or anything like that. To me, it was just like, yep, this is a portable Smash Brothers.
Now, you're gonna buy it on October 2nd?
Yeah. I will.
Yeah.
I will purchase this. Yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
I probably will. I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed playing Smash Brothers back when we were in the EGM offices, and we had constant people to play against.
Right.
But now that we're adults, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to have the time.
This sort of thing is just not suitable for a mature grown-up like yourself.
I don't know.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go organize my Mario plushie and my Mario Santa plushie. And
Now,
make
if you'll
sure that they're
excuse
all...
me, I have to get back to catching them all in Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably end up getting it.
Nah, I'm totally gonna get it.
I'm more excited for the Wii U version.
I dig the Smash Brothers games.
Yeah.
So
I'm
This
sure
one's got
my
the
girls
Duck
are
Hunt
gonna
dog
make me
in
get
it.
yeah. Now you're gonna have to get 2 copies.
Oh God, am I gonna have to get 2 copies?
Yes. Probably.
Probably. Yeah.
Maybe I'll not tell them that it's out. That feels like the right
See
thing
the
to
commercials, undoubtedly, right?
do. Probably.
If Nintendo's... Well, I don't know. Nintendo really hasn't done a lot of marketing recently, right?
Should I go digital with this? I might go digital with this. Might go digital.
Then you can have it on your 3DS at all times.
Might go digital with this one. I
Hmm.
thought. Well, you know what? I'll go to the store first and see if they have a copy I could easily shoplift. And if I can't do that, then I'll probably just go digital.
I see.
Because if I can steal one, I'll steal a physical copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't steal, kids. It's not cool.
No.
It's not cool.
Don't copy that floppy.
No.
Also, stay in school. You know,
Yeah. Say
and
no
don't
to
do drugs.
Neither
true.
of those are really important as they used to be.
So I sort of got my remote play stuff working, by the way.
If you're gonna do drugs, know your dealer.
And always use pharmaceutical grade.
No, yeah.
That's my recommendation.
That's just come on.
Common sense.
But stay in school while you're doing it.
So what was wrong with your? Did you get like a new router or something, or did you just? How did you sort that out?
I did the whole port
I
forwarding.
finally went out and bought a Vita. Turns out you need one of those.
Forwarding DMZ.
Isn't that a pain in the ass?
That is a pain.
I hate doing all that.
Finally got that done.
Very nice.
And, played some Destiny on it, and I realized that I'm horrible on first-person shooters using the Vita's sticks. I don't know what it is. There's like.
I think it might be that the sticks are not fantastic.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. It's like when you have to use like a mouse or a trackpad on a computer monitor that's a television that's like off to the side and it feels all sort of foreign.
Yeah.
You know that feeling? Right. Like I have to click in this box and it's weird. Anyway, yeah, that's what it kind of feels like. So I played a little bit on remote play and then switched back to just playing on the PS4. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, some games work really spectacularly on it. Some games are kind of novel, but not how you want to play them.
Yeah.
I still use it a lot, though. I like it for
what do you play
lots
on?
of games.
What do you play on it? What do you use it to play?
Well, I had played lots of sports games on it. I played a lot of Infamous on it, which worked really well. Yeah, lots of stuff. Resogun I did not really like on it so much. That was a little difficult. The lag was not great on that, but for lots of games it's really good.
Nice.
Cool.
Yep.
This week I also played some Mighty Gunvolt because as a backer of Mighty Number 9, it was a free download.
Yes.
Yeah. So
pretty nice little bonus, huh?
yeah, it is. It's a demake
Yes.
of Azure Striker Gunvolt, which is also by Concept and Inti Creates, right?
Yes.
And starring, well, one of the characters you can select in it is Beck from Mighty Number 9.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So there's
of it.
an official 8-bit sprite for Beck there for all
There you go.
sprite nerds.
There you go. How have you played it? How long? Do you know how long the game is?
It's apparently not terribly long. I've only had a chance to play it a little bit.
It feels a hell of a lot like Mega Man.
Well, that's I dare say that might have been the point.
Yeah.
Dare say. You know those Integrates fellows? They made a Mega Man game or two in their time.
Yeah.
So,
that's what I hear.
So, yeah, the little bit I've had a chance to play has been really fun, and yeah, it's apparently not super long though, which is fine.
Right.
You know, it's meant to be
a
a little freebie kind of. You know, even it's a freebie even if you're not a backer of Mighty Number 9. If you pick up a copy of Azure Striker Gunvolt through the eShop, you get Mighty Gunvolt as a freebie as
Only
well.
until
There,
the end of October, but yes.
Is it just till the end of October?
I
wonder
think so.
wonder if they're going to start charging for it then, or if it'll just become unavailable.
Yeah, I don't know.
That'll be interesting to see.
Did you pick up Azure Striker Gunvolt?
In a sense,
Mysterious. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm into intrigue.
I got a free copy.
Yeah, are you reviewing it, or did you get it off of?
I got it. I shoplifted it.
Excellent.
No, because I worked on the Mighty Number 9 Kickstarter campaign, I'm on the little press list. So.
Oh, okay.
So our good friend Mark McDonald sent that over to me.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've only played a bit of that right now as well, but I'm really kind of digging it.
I have heard good things.
Yeah,
I've heard really good things about it.
It feels like it feels like a Mega Man game, but with the sort of. Did you ever play much Onimusha?
Hey, I loved Onimusha.
Yeah, I really loved Onimusha.
Yeah.
But it has that kind of the orb collecting mechanic that Onimusha had. You know, when you kill enemies, they explode into a bunch of little glowing spheres, and you collect them to get more powerful attacks and whatnot. So it's kind of a neat little twist on the Mega Man style gameplay. So yeah,
cool.
It's a fun little game. I'm only a couple levels into it, just because I've been busy kind of juggling a lot of things, game-wise.
Yep. Why don't you tell us about what you've been playing?
Well,
let's talk about some of those games.
Well, it's not on my list, but I started up Animal Crossing again.
Oh,
really?
My God.
Yeah. Well, you will recall I lost my previous village when you
lost your 3DS.
When I lost my 3DS, my whole village was gone, so I had to start from scratch.
Okay.
But I started from scratch the other day, so.
So everything that you already did is new again.
Yep. Yes, indeed. I will say that I whipped up a Mighty Number 9 T-shirt based off of the in-game sprite there. So,
yeah.
Goodness.
Pretty pleased with myself.
Nice. Did you post that to Twitter yet, or what's the deal?
Oh, as soon as I get the little machine that lets me manufacture QR codes. Because I was just like, yeah, okay, cool, I'm going to share my Mighty Number 9 Oh, I can't, because I am not friendly enough with the Able sisters yet.
That's right. You have to unlock that.
I'm starting this over again. So I think I'm close to doing that. So we'll see what happens.
All right.
No, but more recent games. I broke down and picked up the other day for the Vita. It's a Vita game. So those are few and far between. So I'm excited to just have anything. I picked up Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds the other day. That is a kind of 2D beat 'em uppy sort of kind of like the Scott Pilgrim game.
Okay.
It's got that
retro styled.
Yeah, it's really 8-bit looking.
Yeah.
It's not 8-bit looking. It's reminds me quite a bit of Guardian Heroes. It has the multi-tier fighting where you go into the foreground or background, and it's similar style graphics. The kind of 32-bit looking sprites and that sort of thing. And it's really fun. I'm really digging it quite a bit. I'm only 3 levels or so into it, so I don't have a whole lot to say about it other than it's that style of beat 'em up, and I'm really enjoying it so far. But yeah, it's cool. It's really nice looking too. You should check out some screenshots or video when you get a chance, CJ.
Okay.
I don't know how you feel about those type of games.
How I feel about those type of games?
Yeah, how do you feel about those type of games?
I never really got into Guardian Heroes. That should answer that question entirely for you. Yeah.
You are lucky Stuart's not here this week.
First I'm not into Soul Calibur, and now not into Guardian Heroes. What?
Why do you hate good games? Breaks my heart.
Well,
breaks my heart. Well, but yeah, it's like very anime style little beat 'em up, and yeah, it's a fun game. It's like $10 or something like that on the Vita.
Okay.
So I'm having some fun with it. And I got Minecraft on PS4.
I see.
Because
you're a Minecraft nerd.
Because I like Minecraft quite a bit, and I had it on PS3, which means I got it for cheap. I got it for cheap on PS4.
And you were able to transfer all your stuff over, right?
You
do that? Does it do that?
You can.
Yeah. You can transfer your PS3 world over to the PS4, which you can do. I actually did not do it though, just because I wanted to start a new world. So.
Okay. You're all about starting new worlds and new Animal Crossings.
I can't stop doing that sort of thing. So if you own the PS3 version, apparently it automatically becomes a cross-buy for the Vita version. So when that comes out, I will get that for free, and then you can, and then you can purchase the PS4 version for $5, which is kind of nice as well. Instead of I think it's like 20 normally.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's pretty great. I like that.
Yeah, that's not bad. And PS4 version, the world size is significantly larger than the PS3 version, which is pretty cool. So tons more to explore. And boy, Finn's upset about something. He hates it when I talk about Minecraft
because he knows that Microsoft and your PS4.
They're gonna ruin it.
That's right. Yeah.
But I've gone on and on a few times about how much I love Minecraft and why I love Minecraft. So probably not worth going into again. But I am really digging it. I think it works really well with the DualShock 4. And
does it use the touchpad for anything?
As I mentioned that, I was trying to remember if it does or not, and I'll be damned but I do not remember. I do not remember.
It could.
Yeah.
I'm always surprised when games don't use the touchpad. Like Destiny's interface feels like it could be a mouse-based interface.
Yeah, remembering that from the beta, that's definitely
kind of surprising that it does not really do anything with the touchpad except to bring up, missions.
Yeah.
During gameplay.
Yeah. Rogue Legacy, it's really nice to have the map right there at the touch screen.
Yeah.
Which I've still been playing that like crazy.
That is a great game.
I beat it.
I play that every so often again too.
Yeah. I actually beat it.
You finished it.
Yeah, and I started up the New Game Plus.
Yeah. Apparently there's also a New Game Plus Plus.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Man, I'll say this: the difficulty spike into New Game Plus is fairly significant. So, I've only been able to beat one boss so far, but
cool.
Yeah, I'm still digging that game. Yeah, it really is. It is. Oh, I also didn't put it on the list, but I picked up on Steam. They've been having some Steam sales, and I forget exactly if did I get it from Steam or Humble Bundle or Green Man Gaming. There's been all sorts of sales lately, but I picked up the Super Turbo Hyper Fighting Edition of Guacamelee. I forget exactly what it's called, but yeah, they did. They brought it out for consoles a while ago. I
have that on the Xbox One.
Oh, do you?
It was one of those games. It was a Games with Gold promotion.
Oh, nice,
for free. So.
Oh, okay. Have you played Guacamelee before?
Yes, I have. I started it on PS3, and then I've been playing the Xbox One game off and on.
Okay. Yeah, I love Guacamelee.
It is a lot of fun.
It's a fantastic game.
It's a beautiful game too. Yeah. Just really, really
Yes, it is.
And one of the few games on Xbox One that does the resume thing. So
Okay.
when you hit the icon, it just pops you right back into the game where you
Oh, that's cool.
were.
Nice.
It's awesome.
Yeah, but I played through the first game, and I mean, this is just it's an expansion of the first game.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to pay full price for it, but I did want to see what they added new. But so I got it for a couple bucks, and I've been playing through it again, and still really enjoying it. So I'm actually very close to the end of the second run through.
Nice.
And there's some new areas and things like that that are actually pretty fun. So
cool.
I am not minding the playing through it again. And the PC version lets you have skins and things like that. Like different costumes and things. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Steam
Workshop generate. Okay, Steam Workshop content. That's great. Wow.
Yeah, user generated content, so you can
you can actually be Samus in your Metroidvania.
Actually, I think there is a Samus
I'm sure
costume someone made. I know.
Any of the Belmonts in there too?
I don't know. I haven't seen any. I know. You can turn Juan into Zangief. That's one of them.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah. You got and the girl in the game whose name I'm forgetting at the moment. I played through a little bit of the game as her as Bayonetta, which was kind of neat.
That's weird.
Okay.
Yeah. And they actually whoever made that skin went all out with it.
Did they give it boob physics?
Oh yeah, well of course.
Excellent.
Naturally.
But they made it so the attacks do the same sort of thing like Bayonetta's, where the kind of portal appears and a giant foot will come out to do kicks and stuff like that. So really went all out. And actually, the developers of the game made a few sort of official skins as well, so you can have them dressed in the outfits from Portal. Like Aperture Science Lab test suits, and there's some Team Fortress 2 outfits and stuff like that as well. So
that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, cute little add-on there. But yeah, it's a fun game.
I really like
Guacamelee.
It is.
Guacamelee's fun.
Yep.
Yeah. I also got Super Time Force on that Games with Gold thing, and I've yet to boot that up. I've heard good things about that one too. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play that.
Since the Xbox One is kind of low on games, the games in their Games with Gold promotion are recent releases, which is actually pretty fantastic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play Super Time Force.
Yeah, I imagine it'll be out on PS4 at some point, right? I mean, it just came out on Steam, I think.
Yeah, it came out on Steam. It's been out on Steam for a couple weeks.
Yeah, a few weeks. I imagine it'll be out on PS4 at some point.
I'm kind of just holding off, figuring that it'll be on sale on Steam at some point.
You think?
Yeah. Steam. They will.
Yeah, every once in a while a game goes on sale on that service.
They'll do some sales.
Yeah.
Do sales on there.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yep.
All right, Mike, how about you tell us what you have been playing?
Velocity 2 times.
I played a little bit of that.
What'd you think?
Me too.
Everyone really seems to love it.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
How far did you get?
I got a couple levels into the running parts.
Here's the thing. That game is 50 levels long.
Mm-hmm.
And it does not get interesting until about 25 levels in.
Oh, really?
Which I'm not using as an excuse for it because I hate when games do that. I'm just telling you, if you want to get to the good stuff, you have to persevere.
Okay.
It stays a little too simplistic and easy and hold your hand for a good long time. It introduces an ability and then gives you 4 or 5 levels with it before it introduces another ability. And it's not until you're a good 25 levels into the thing where you're using everything all at once and it's getting complicated and even slightly difficult. But once it does, it's pretty cool and has some, the side-scrolling parts would have some quasi-Guacamelee-ish things, where that game got difficult, where you need to sort of jump and as you're falling, teleport through a wall before you hit some spikes or whatever, that kind of thing. So it starts doing that, but it doesn't start doing that for a really, really long time, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah,
I wish it got to that sooner.
I was enjoying it, but like you were sort of suggesting, I was getting a little bored with it.
Yep.
It seems like it should be more fun than it is. But,
yep. Yeah, it stays boring for a while. But then it picks up and it gets interesting. I really don't like the art style in the 2D side-scrolling portions. It looks like an Esurance commercial to me, which I'm not really a big fan of, or a Flash game.
I like
or
that I
something.
just know exactly what you're talking about.
I like that they haven't used that campaign in probably several years at this point.
Sure, but everybody still knows what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think it was the same complaint levied against the cutscenes in Mirror's Edge, that they look like an Esurance commercial. These look like that, but maybe even a little bit more low rent. Like the character model is kind of and the environments are really plain and banal, and it's just kind of ugly. Some of what you do is fun, but again, not for a really long time.
Right.
But it is nice. It is kind of a cool little mashup to have the 2D platformer mixed with the 2D shooter. It makes it pretty fun, I think.
Okay.
But I mean, you could get through it in not too much time. It'll take you maybe an hour or so, maybe 90 minutes until you get to levels 25, 30-ish, and it starts to get pretty interesting and fun. So it's probably worth sticking out until you get there to see if you really like once it's using all of its abilities at once.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. I haven't finished it yet, but I will. And it was free, so what are you going to do?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And the FIFA demo came out, FIFA 15. I know you guys probably downloaded and played the hell out of that as big fans of international football.
Yeah. I am a big footy fan.
I'll probably bore the hell out of you talking about it, but it's really good, so I won't talk about it too much. That's become one of the top tier sports games. Like I think that one, at least at like the PS4's launch, I think that was probably the most impressive sports game that they had, more than Madden and probably even NBA 2K14. So, and this version looks even a little bit better. So I think it's kind of become one of the top tier games for them and one of the sports games that everybody looks forward to now. And I think it's out in just a couple of weeks, so looking forward to getting that. And
how does it compare to FIFA on the 3DO, which was also awesome?
I loved FIFA on the 3DO. That was one of my favorite 3DO games.
That really was great.
It was fantastic. Yeah. Soccer always works really well for a video game just because it's always in motion. Something's always happening. Like when you play Madden, you run a play and then you have 20 seconds where you're picking your play. Then you run a play, then you have 20 seconds where it's like the time is divided up between navigating menus and actually playing the game. And a game like FIFA, you're just playing all the time, which makes it sort of more conducive for a video game, I think. And maybe that's why it's become one of the more revered titles, I think, just because you get to play it more than navigating menus and watching it. And I played another sports game, too, based on our discussion a couple weeks ago with Rich Grisham. I took a chance and bought the Golf Club for $35 on the PlayStation 4. It's kind of an ugly game. It's not, ugly, I don't know. It's not as visually appealing as you would expect a golf game to look on the PS4, but it still looks okay. But their approach to it, I think, is really interesting in that it's just a bare-bones golf game. It's not about career progression or buying new clubs or having the best gear or any of that kind of stuff. It's just about how well you can play with the gear that you have and the skills that you have as a person, not as, your created avatar. And it turns out it's really goddamn hard, at least at first. I've played a few rounds in a tournament, and man, I'm really, really bad. It's taking me a while to get the hang of it because it's, unlike something like Tiger Woods where there are all sorts of meters and gauges and things like that all over the screen that show you exactly what's going to happen when you swing. This thing is just sort of like, do your thing, and you have to figure out based on visual cues and what you did how to improve your swing and how to do better next time, which makes it tricky and difficult, but also kind of interesting and a weird little curiosity. And it does a really good job of integrating your friends' list and, you know, letting you play tournaments against them and showing sort of their when you're playing and you're playing against them, even though they've already played, it shows their ball and where it landed and them taking the shot and stuff. So that's kind of cool. So I'm liking that a lot. And it's, you know, no real courses. It's all there are a lot of user-generated courses. Some of them are good, some of them are horrendous, as you might expect. But it's pretty fun. I think it's probably worth $35 if you like golf games at all. Just know that it's pretty old school and it's not going to hold your hand and it doesn't have very many bells and whistles. It's just about playing golf. So if you're down with that, you would probably really dig it. That's pretty much what I've been playing, other than more Madden, always Madden, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Except that it's got the usual problem of people getting desynced and disconnected and all sorts of stuff, and I love it when every year people act surprised that that's happened. It's like,
what do you mean, man? It's 2014.
Like, yeah, the first month of any sports game is rife with disconnects and desyncs and all sorts of online glitches and bugs and stuff. So that's just sort of how it goes down. But it's getting better.
It was kind of surprising that Destiny did not seem to have any connectivity problems.
Really? That is a surprise. I mean, you assume that any game that has an online component is just going to be fundamentally fucked for a couple of weeks. At least.
But not Destiny. So
that's pretty cool.
Although it turns out, like, I can't. I have one of those gold wireless headsets that Sony makes. They're really nice. That's the one that replaced the Pulse headset. And unfortunately, when I use it in wireless mode, it doesn't transmit the chat audio. So I can't hear anybody talking when I'm using it in wireless mode. I hear, like, the initial hello, and then it's just muted the entire time. I can see that they're talking, but I can't hear anybody. And which sucks because the gold headset has a nice, like, volume control for both chat and game audio, and even if I, like, tap, you know, to turn up the chat audio, it doesn't work. So I have to use it wired with the controller, and that means that the chat audio and the game audio is just mixed in together, and now I just, like, I can hear that people are talking, but I oftentimes cannot hear what they're saying. So, good times on that.
Yeah, that's not so good.
Yeah.
You know, I still find that the best solution for talking to people is to get on Skype instead of using the chat service for any console.
It's 2014, man. Come on.
2014 can suck it. Use Skype.
Yeah. I don't want to have to use Skype. That's just me, though.
I know, it's such a hardship considering that it's on your phone and your iPad and your Apple Watch and everything you own. You know, it's right there.
Well, I don't have the watch yet, so it's not on there for me.
Well, it will be.
Maybe. Maybe it will be.
Yep.
All right. Shall we do some tweets?
Sounds good.
Yes.
I like that. Let's do some. All right. Hacker alias Decoder Otter says, how seriously do you take your Club Nintendo surveys? Do you give genuine feedback, leave snarky one-liners, rush through it?
Rush.
I think maybe the first 3 I took, I was sort of serious, and then I was like, oh, God. So I became rushed, and now I'm at the I don't take them point. It's a progression. I think everyone goes through that progression.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
To me, it depends on the game, right? Like Mario Golf World Tour, I took that seriously and berated them on the confusing UI and horrible Street Pass integration, because that is just some of the worst that I've seen in a Nintendo first-party release.
Yeah.
So if you don't know the Street Pass stuff, it just adds, like, their player character to your lobby, and you can see them but do nothing with them. You get nothing from having them there. It's very easy lame. I just turned off Street Pass notifications for that game entirely because there's no reason to have it there. But for games like, Super Mario 3D World, I don't give them any feedback, really. I just, for those boxes, I just put N/A.
Wow, you go
applicable.
You go that far with it.
Yeah. What do you do?
I just a couple random letters.
All right.
Probably a lot of DSF.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah. Alrighty. And now I'm pretty much rushing through most of those. Hacker alias Mumbo Jumbo says, what are the most needed features or fixes, not including games, for consoles, handhelds, and Steam?
Oh, so just all of them?
Everything. Let's just talk about everything. I think I mentioned either last week or the week before that it would be awesome a Vita revision with an extra with more shoulder buttons and using standard storage instead of the proprietary memory cards, just so we can get some larger storage in there. And I'd also like to see better Wi-Fi on that thing because mine doesn't like my Wi-Fi at all, pretty much. That goes for pretty much any Sony console. Does not like my Wi-Fi network at all.
Really?
Yeah.
It's weird.
I think the PS4 needs some folders for the games post-haste, so I don't have that stupid ribbon of 23,000 games in a row. That's a little ludicrous, I think.
They also need to get I love the social stream, honestly. I think it's a good idea. But, I already bought Destiny. You don't need to show me an ad for Destiny.
Right.
Then.
Yeah.
I've already bought the game.
Yeah.
It's redundant to say, go to the PlayStation Store and buy Destiny. And they could probably consolidate a lot of the stories on there. I don't need to know when every single person on my friends list plays Destiny as a separate social post. That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
I will say, though, last week, so we talked about our PSN name, right? And I got probably 30 friend requests on PSN.
Oh, really?
From people who wanted to play Destiny, so that's really good. If you haven't already done that, my PSN name is Superpac. That's SUPERPAC, no K on there.
Very politically minded.
That's right.
Always.
And just mention in the message that you're a P1 listener, or also cinnamon. You can say cinnamon. That's the code word.
What?
So, yeah, people were mentioning that. Did you listen to last week's episode?
I haven't had a chance to yet. Is this some sort of?
Yeah, if you say
cinnamon, for you.
That's how you prove that you're a P1 listener in the friend
request.
request.
Safe word sort of thing.
That's right. You guys want to say what your PSN name is so that people can friend you?
Sure. Mine's Mick, M-I-K. That's it.
I don't think that's right.
That is right. Yeah.
Is it? Are you sure?
Yes.
Why do you doubt him?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the same on Xbox Live.
All right.
I am Major Nelson.
All one word.
All one word.
All one love.
I am Whimsical Phil on there.
Excellent.
On PSN. Whimsical Phil.
And Twitter.
And Twitter.
Also Superpac on Twitter. But
and just about everything, really.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what? Wii U needs folders too.
Yeah, that'd be nice, huh?
Wii U needs folders. You know what's ridiculous is I am nearing capacity on my Wii U, not in terms of storage space, but in terms of icons that are available. Yeah.
Well, doesn't it open a couple more pages once you've
does it
build some? Yeah, I think so.
I have like one page left, so hopefully it does.
I believe more open.
Well, let's hope. But it's still stupid.
Yeah. Well,
Stupid.
maybe they should do folders, though. I agree.
Yeah.
Totally.
I did pick up Mega Man 7 this week on Virtual Console.
Yeah?
So, yes, indeed. So, I have the first 7 Mega Man games ready to play right on my Wii U.
Goodness.
Yeah.
All right.
That's too much Mega Man.
There's no
It's a lot of
such
Mega
thing.
Man.
No such thing. Hey, next week, Hyrule Warriors comes out.
That is also
Yeah.
too much Mega Man.
Are you picking it up, CJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you are. Lie to yourself. You know what? I am anxiously
yeah.
awaiting. I'm
What's that?
anxiously awaiting reading the reviews for this game
Yeah.
and
Uh,
seeing how these reviewers justify the high, because it's going to get high scores.
You think so?
Are you sure?
Oh.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
No.
I don't think
so.
it will.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Here's the reason why not. Is
don't
that,
think
yes,
they're gonna-
it's Zelda. It is
Yeah.
Zelda, which is a well-regarded series, but it's also
Right.
Dynasty Warriors, which
Well,
is not a
that's the thing.
well-regarded series.
This is the thing. I think that the general game journalist love of Zelda will
No.
outweigh its disdain for Dynasty.
You know what they
At
all do?
least
They will
one
use it-
review, and
Yeah.
possibly more, will make the reference that it is like trying to make a silk purse out of a sow's ear.
There
I
you go.
promise.
Well, what I think they'll do is they will use the review platform as a place to say Nintendo should just make a regular Zelda game, and then I wouldn't have to play this game instead.
Really?
Yeah, I think that will be one of the criticisms of Hyrule
See,
Warriors.
that
They will
sounds
not
right.
look at it as here's a fun mix of two series, one which is very popular in Japan and nowhere else. They will see it only as Nintendo trying to cash in on Zelda when they could be making a full Zelda game that everybody wants.
Because Nintendo made this game?
They won't see it like that.
Oh, I know. I was figuring that they would have to, sort of do this weird kind of backpedaling to
No, there will be no
justify-
backpedaling.
to
No.
justify giving a decent score to something that they've been, giving just really low scores to for years.
Well, is it low scores too, or general not caring about that you have with that
a
series?
little bit of both.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's
It'll be
gonna be
interesting to see.
Yeah, I agree.
Interesting to see what happens, but yeah, I'm getting it. Very excited.
Yeah. It looks fun, and I'm having fun with that One Piece game still.
Yes. Well, guess what? You like Dynasty Warrior games, then?
No, I don't.
Well,
No.
I
Not all
You're hav-
levels in One Piece are Muso missions. Don't you
but I'm just saying.
Well, yeah.
And I still
Because I like
say
Smash Brothers doesn't mean I like wrestling games? Is that a thing? No. I don't know.
And I still say if there's not a level where you're just plowing through hundreds and thousands of chickens, they have missed that. That is
Yeah.
where they would get negative review points from me, is if they don't have some sort of chicken-centric bonus round.
Yeah.
So
I think the criticisms of that game are going to be like the criticisms of any Dynasty
Really?
Warriors game. Like the combat is repetitive, and I got bored, and I don't care about the Zelda trim on everything. But yeah,
It'll be interesting to
I
say.
think that'll be what we see.
Very interesting to say.
Yeah, indeed. All right, Hacker Alias A Scott X says, "Do you like invincibility modes after repeated deaths in platformers like Mario, Donkey Kong Country, and even recently Gunvolt? Player friendly?"
Yeah, it's player friendly.
So this is talking about like that super guide type
Right,
thing
right.
that Nintendo
Give
has,
you
where
the-
get, like the invincibility.
The white Tanuki suit or whatever.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, I don't use them myself. But I don't see a problem with them. Why not?
No, it's nice to have the option there, and if it's a matter of turning somebody off of the game completely because they can't pass a level and allowing them to at least continue on, then or at least giving them the option, they don't have to take that. Then I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I think it's
I'm
good.
also fine with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why not?
No problem.
Sure, everybody gets a trophy.
That's what I say.
All right, Hacker Alias Clickbait says, "What is the absolute most embarrassing game in your collection? I am ashamed to be the owner of Britney's Dance Beat on PS2."
Ooh. I have the PS1 Spice Girls game.
Oh, God.
Spice World? Yeah. I have Spice World for PS1.
Yeah.
I guess that might count.
Yeah, I don't think I have any embarrassing games in my collection.
Oh?
I don't think so. I keep my collection pretty lean, so...
That's true. I
have
have
I have the European version of iPet. Does that count for anything?
Maybe a little.
Okay.
Maybe, yes.
iPet was pretty cool.
Yeah?
And it came out in Europe first, so that's why.
Ah.
Just couldn't wait to get my hands on that little guy.
Yeah, he did. He did the grad that semen right away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. I have the Yakuen Special, which...
I know what that is. I know what that one is.
Show.
Yeah.
It's a Saturn game that is Rip, Rock, Paper, Scissors.
Yes, it is.
And it's a very simple interface, very simple looking graphics. Basically, you're treated to little vignettes of various Japanese ladies dancing around to some ridiculous tune. And at the end of that, you choose rock, paper, or scissors. And if you are able to beat whatever the computer has, then you are treated to a video of them removing an article of clothing. And then the process repeats itself.
Yeah.
I'm going to declare you the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, although apparently the game is structured such that it's very difficult to get win the last round of that and actually see any boobies. Yeah.
Jesus.
You know what the really weird thing is that
that I own that game?
That game was given to CJ by his wife for their first anniversary.
Wow.
So, incorrect.
So weird kind of.
Incorrect. I purchased that game at a used game store.
Yes. In Japan, right?
In Japan, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the day CJ learned what the word gaijin means. The clerk nudged the guy standing next to him and rolled his eyes and.
That's right. Yeah.
Gaijin.
No. Yeah. Is that embarrassing though? It's kind of a neat little rarity.
No, it's neat. Neat.
Yeah, it's neat.
That doesn't sound very neat. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
I also have that. I think it's called like Love Fighters or something like that. The boxing game with bikini girls. Anyway, it's for PS.
What in the? I mean, you're going to take first through 10th place in this competition. How many games? Jesus. How many games do you have that involve adolescent titillation? In every sense of that.
Maybe a few. A couple. That's all.
Egad.
Well, that boxing game is fun. It's like Punch-Out.
You could just play Punch-Out.
True.
But then there wouldn't be any boobs.
Yeah. True.
Oh, boy.
All right. Hacker alias Georgie Boy's Axe says he ran into me at PAX. This is a guy from Press Pause Radio. actually.
Oh, okay.
I believe that was correct. Anyway, for a fellow podcaster, he says he ran into me at PAX and never got to ask him if he enjoys exhibiting at a convention versus covering one as media. Indulge me, sir. It's different, but it's still work. So, it's fine. It's fine. In the previous couple of years that I went to PAX as a fan, I never really got into the whole standing in line to play games thing. So it was more about the atmosphere and playing games in the classic gaming rooms and such like that. So it's fine. I enjoy both equally, and it was fun to be at the Adult Swim booth and meet all the people who came up to play our games and all the P1 listeners that came up to say they enjoy the show. So yeah.
Well, there we go.
Enjoyable in a different way, but still enjoyable. All right, hacker alias Cursor TN says, for those of us going back to the iPhone, what games should we pile on our new devices? Well, first of all, you should get the entire catalog of Adult Swim games for your iOS device. We have a number of free games or inexpensively priced titles that will be perfect for your new device. But I think
the appropriate way to word this tweet, by the way, is going back to the iPhone. What games should we pile on our new devices, and why should Nintendo be afraid? That's how you do it.
Since you mentioned it, can we talk about that for a second?
What the Apple Watch can teach us, and why Switzerland should just fold up shop now.
I love that. In this instance, Ben Kuchera talks about how Apple is, number one, and they're stealing everything away from Nintendo, and Nintendo is doomed because Apple exists. Yet, none of those sites cover any games on iOS devices and are often mentioning them in a derogatory way. So it's like, do you like mobile games? Is that why they're stealing Nintendo's market? Or would you rather Nintendo survive and continue making the types of games that you clearly want to continue writing about?
Right.
They dislike Nintendo more than they like iOS.
That's right. Or more than they like mobile games on iOS. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't mind if you use ad block to block Nintendo ads. Just don't use it to block Apple ads.
That's true.
Yes. Let's see. A couple of games I've been enjoying. Disney Tsum Tsum. That's TSUM twice there. That's a fun little puzzle game. Little match game. 80 Days, which I think I talked about on this show.
You did.
It's a fun little text-ish,
that other one that you mentioned
adventure
on that same episode, that Rules game, that one's pretty fun.
Rules is fucking great. It's awesome. Get Rules.
Yeah,
it is a paid game, but it is worth it because it is really well designed and a lot of fun too.
I also still really like Quiz Up. I don't know if you played a lot of Quiz Up, but Quiz Up is really fun.
Quiz Up's great.
Trivia game that pairs you up against someone else in different
There's a new
categories.
Tiny Tower game, by the way. Tiny Tower Vegas.
Tiny Tower Vegas. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see. I've been enjoying a game called The Firm, which is you're like a stockbroker and you have to swipe buy or sell requests. It's sort of like Papers, Please, and you have to remember what you're supposed to swipe, what direction. It's fun. If you like that type of memory game, if you like the rules, then you might like The Firm as well. Let's see what else I got on this. I like Loot Raiders. Nobody plays Loot Raiders, but I like it a lot. It's a game by Team Chaos, and it's like it's a game where you send your warriors out on quests. It's sort of like Tiny Tower. You don't really get to see what they do on their quests, but you are basically just gaining loot and leveling up your characters. It's kind of fun. Loot Raider. And Flappy Bird's coming back, right? That's always a good time.
Finally.
No.
Is Flappy Bird's a good time?
I like Flappy Bird. Flappy Bird's a fun little...
Do you really?
No.
It's a fun little distraction. It's a free game.
No.
Yeah.
Do you really enjoy playing it? At any point while you were playing Flappy Birds, are you thinking, I'm having fun?
Okay.
Really?
Okay,
No.
maybe you got me.
Yeah,
You got me.
yeah. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
So there are a few games for your iOS device.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you playing anything on iOS there, Phil? You play the Tiny Vegas?
I tried out a little Tiny Vegas. Seems neat for what it is.
Or a reskin of something you played a couple of times before?
Exactly. Except now it has slot machines. So
yeah.
I recommend downloading the USA Today app and doing their crossword every day.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh okay.
What about Jurassic Park or thing?
Jurassic Park Builder, always a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played much on the iPhone lately.
Yeah.
iOS gaming is dead. There's a new 3DS coming out.
And why Nintendo should worry.
Yeah. Now, you know what the problem is?
What?
The problem is less and less games run well on my ancient iPhone 4 at this point.
You have an iPhone. You're still running an iPhone 4?
I know, like a caveman. Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
Ugh. Yikes.
Listen to that genuine disdain. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. Yes,
All right,
I'm running an iPhone 4. Like,
why don't you just go Android?
Huh?
Get the HTC One like Mike did. That's a great phone right there.
What am I not good enough to use an iPhone at this point?
Well, I mean, if
CJ is like so
you
pissed
want.
off that I have an old phone. Just you know what? Just go Android. If you're not gonna
Windows phone, you Philistine.
iOS.
if you're not gonna keep buying the new phones when they come out, just go get a Android or
Get a
something.
Palm Pre.
Yeah. I'm considering getting a 6
Yeah.
now.
That'll be
No, I'm
quite
not-
the upgrade from the 4.
Well, I'm not going to be like you, where you're Johnny buy every new upgrade that comes out.
Sure.
You know, I don't see the point of it.
But the
I don't
iPhone 4 is it's gotta be pretty slow. Gotta be a little frustrating to use that thing now.
Not really.
No?
I mean, what
What
would
do you
be slow
make-
on it?
What do you use it for?
Hmm?
Net for? What?
Well,
what's your daily usage?
Well, okay. Here's the weird thing. Probably what I use it most for is to have voice communication with other people.
Really?
Yeah, I download.
Really? Are you serious?
Primarily, I use it as a phone to call people. My wife,
Yeah.
certainly. My parents on occasion.
Sure.
I use it for texting. I will text people when I can't call or when I'm driving.
Well, the iPhone 4 doesn't yet. I don't think the iPhone 4 gets iOS 8.
What does that mean?
So you're
What
not
am I-
You're not, I don't know.
What are they going to take away the phone function?
You're not gonna. You're not gonna have the new hotness, which you don't care about. So
That only matters if you are a sucker for Apple's marketing hype, CJ.
Yeah. You can put GIF keyboards on it. You like that? Have you seen the replaceable keyboards that are just GIFs, animated GIFs?
No.
It's funny. Anyway.
I check my email
Mm-hmm.
on it. I do some light web browsing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll read some of the NeoGAF. I'll read Twitters. I will listen to podcasts. But that's...
Do you use Apple's Podcasts app? Is that what you're using?
Wait, it's not a good app.
No, it's not.
It's not a good app. Not a good app.
It's not. I recommend either Downcast or Overcast.
Yeah.
For podcasts.
There you go. But
Overcast is free. You can try it for free.
I don't use it for much more than that. I will play the occasional game, but I'm playing less games now because, like I said, they tend to run pretty poorly.
Happily. Yeah.
Which, but you know what? I at the same time when this game looks interesting, I will check it out, and if it runs poorly, I just say, well, I am deleting it now, and I at no point have I regretted having to delete a game because it ran poorly. Because the thought in my mind is, well, gosh, now I can't play this Infinite Runner game. It's not like I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything terribly substantial.
It's too bad.
Because what am I missing out on? Some crap Adult Swim game or something?
Get a 6 and you can play all of the Adult Swim games, including some of our upcoming hotness.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I will say Castle Doombad.
That was a good game.
A very good game.
That is a fun game.
It is a very good game.
We got more stuff coming up that's really fun. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I will probably end up getting a 6.
You're going to go the regular size or the big one?
Oh, Christ, I'm not going to get that big one. I still want to carry the thing in my pocket,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I will get the regular sized one.
All right. I think that's a show. I think that's it. We ran a little bit long, maybe, even.
Yeah? Well, hey.
Darn it all.
You tried to turn this into an Apple ad, and I just wouldn't let you.
When did I didn't even mention.
Yeah, you were, you need the new hotness. Hey, what about iOS 8? Have you heard about that? I bet you certainly need to upgrade it in order to get one of those.
That's right.
And this is a swell-looking watch. I will say, while we were chatting earlier about something or another, I pre-ordered my Hyrule Warriors game.
Nice.
I'm going to do I pre-ordered it from Best Buy to get the Skyward Sword DLC, and I got in-store pickup, so I can pick it up on release date next Friday. So,
all right.
Very interesting.
Hope that works out for you.
You know what, CJ? This attitude problem of yours.
What? What did I do?
Nothing. You didn't do anything.
Exactly.
I'm sorry I yelled.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you.
I like that. All right, and that's our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. And if you have any comments or questions for us, how about you direct those to @P1Podcast on the Twitter, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you will find blog entries mostly about Sega CD stuff by Mr. Gregory J. Seward, who is not here this week. He's enjoying the Disney World quite a lot, it seems, from his posts on Facebook. And you'll find Generation 16 episodes. I know Greg is been working on the next one of those when he's not at Disney World. And you can find a message board where you can discuss this very episode with us and our other listeners.
If and y'all got a hankering to subscribe to that our Player One podcast, y'all can do so by pointing your internet browser to player1podcast.com or by going to the iTunes Music Store, now accessible via Apple Watch.
That's right. We're going to do a P1 podcast app.
Yeah, I hope so. Apple Watch app.
While you're at the iTunes Music Store, you can also invest $1.99.
Cheap.
pick up the Player One Podcast iPhone application. Gives you one-touch communication with us via the emails, the Twitters, the what have you. You also have all our episodes ready to stream right to your listening device. And won't that be fantastic to just be able to sit there and boop, boop, boop on
Just look at your watch.
Dick
God.
Tracy style.
That's
And,
right.
and bring us up.
Yeah.
And hey, Android cell phone telephone users. Player One Podcast iPhone application is available for your listening device as well. And that's $99.
Also cheap.
You can find that right over there at the Amazon Android Marketplace. We're also on Stitcher.
Maybe we should do
you
an
can-
Android Wear app too. Get on
Google
those Android
Glass.
watches.
Are we on?
We need a
Yeah,
Google Glass app.
do it. Get programming, CJ.
All right.
You can like us on Facebook. You can check us out on the YouTubes. You can watch us live on the YouTubes most weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Just head over to youtube.com/P1podcast and follow our Twitter account to find out when we will be broadcasting our next live show.
Usually a Saturday or a Sunday.
Usually.
Mm-hmm.
Usually. Anything else? Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Should we plug Greg's thing? Is he still doing this little charity thing?
He is, yeah. Extralife.org.
Yeah, go.
There will be a link in the show notes to his profile.
Yeah,
So
go
check that
toss
out.
Greg a little jingle.
Yeah.
I'm still working on getting my Patreon set up. I will produce nothing each month, but you are still welcome to give me money to not do it. I'm talking with my legal team about the validity of doing that sort of thing.
So, Dana?
Yeah. CJ,
Yeah?
thank you very much for being a wonderful
Sure.
host.
Well,
and
yeah.
for having such a good attitude as we give you the razz about Apple.
anytime.
You know, we're just ribbing you. You know,
Of course.
we don't mean nothing by it.
This is the wrong podcast to be discussing Apple stuff with
That is very
you
true.
guys, yeah.
That is very true. You need to go on some sort of Apple-centric podcast.
I
Mike?
would.
Sir.
If there are any Apple podcasters out there, please
Oh my God!
invite me to your show.
This is horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Greg, I hope you're having fun at Disney World.
I'm
And-
sure he is. Ride
guess-
those teacups again.
Yes.
Enjoy a $26 churro.
Well, now they have those bracelet things. You don't even know how much it is. You're just
Mm.
putting
The
the
food
yeah.
situation in those parks is so dire. It just steals my soul when I go to those. It's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Guess we'll
Oh,
see
well.
everyone next week.
Let's do that.
Next
Yeah,
week.
sure.
Next
Bye,
week.
man.
Bye-bye.